Hello team, and welcome back to the insanity that is the Pig Farm series. It's mid-fall of year 2. I got up and pet the pigs, picking up any truffles from the adults. This series is almost over, but the fun and craziness is going strong. It's the 16th in-game, and thus it is the Stardew Valley Fair. I put my grange items in and watched Lewis judge them. Oh my, what big cheese you have, Marnie. There's a joke here that I'm actually going to stop there and not going to touch. He finished judging, and despite him sleeping with a competitor, I won the grange display. The trader doesn't have anything I wanted because I got it all in year 1, so I left. The night isn't over though. I walked around the farm and put some heaters in some of the barns. Don't want those pigs getting upset over the winter. The next day I finished putting the heaters in barns. Now all of them have heaters, and that job is done. I pet the pigs and picked up truffles. You can see how it's going to be insane pretty soon. If you don't already think that it is. Whoopsie. I guess that guy's in a different pen now. We'll worry about that later if I remember about him. Then I went over to Robin for a barn upgrade. I still have plenty of work to do upgrading the barns. I made sure to keep up with kegs. Gotta keep that money flowing. Then back to Robin for the next barn upgrade. So I have at least 12 regular barns at this point that need to go to Big Barn and then Deluxe Barn. And in my usual spirit, I waited patiently for Robin to open a couple of days later for the next Big Barn upgrade. If it seems like this is all I do, you would be correct that this is mostly what I do with my time in Stardew. I spent some time thinning the grass to collect hay. Hay is going to be a problem, but I will get to that a little bit later. Then I stood in the field and asked myself, what have I done? And what am I continuing to do? On the last day of fall, I went to Spirits Eve because everyone knows that this is the best festival. It's my personal favorite anyway. And I do love Halloween in real life too. Got that golden pumpkin. And headed home for the evening. You want it to end? No, but I guess it has to. And I stood in a field. The pumpkins were ready to be picked, so I went ahead and did that. I didn't have any plans to do more crops going forward, but there's also Ginger Island if I wanted to use it for crops. Stood in the field. Since it's the last day of fall in version 1.5 of the game, I needed to cut away all the grass, filling the silos as much as possible. The golden scythe makes this pretty easy. And then we come to winter of year 2. Snow has fallen, it's chilly, and I had a ton of work to do. I closed all of the pig pens, one by one, down the line. Actually did go into the barns and pet the pigs while I was there. And then I got Robin to make another barn upgrade. Now, at this point, I think it's just going to be easier if I explain what I did all winter, day to day, rather than show it all. Because all I did was wake up, ride to Robin's, wait patiently if she wasn't open, get her to build another barn upgrade, and sleep for 2 days. Then stand in a field. No, I'm just kidding. I kept up with the keg gathering and putting more pumpkins in for the juice, or starfruit if I had it. Pet the pigs, visited Robin, went to bed, harvested kegs, got a barn upgrade from Robin, rode around, made some money, went to sleep, pet the pigs, went to Robin, got a barn upgrade, rode around. You get the point. This is all I did. Fast forward to the last day of winter, where I walked around my house, remembered it was a go back to sleep day, and then went right back to sleep. That night, Grandpa visited me. I hope he's proud. My dearest granddaughter. Yes? What the actual are you doing on my farm? To be honest, I didn't think I'd get caught. And then he just left. But in a shocking turn of events, I got 4 candles on his shrine. I really don't know how I pulled that one off, but I guess I did do a bunch of other stuff too. The community center, Ginger Island, making tons of money. The next day, I worked on clearing out the upper area of the farm. I put some stone paths down so it would look normal again. I didn't plan to put crops up there anymore, so this area will remain blank. There's kind of room for more barns though, huh? Fed the piggies and let them all out, and cleared up their area, the pig pens as I'm calling it. Then a quick visit to Robin, you know what for. And kinda like winter, this is all I did. I got up, pet the pigs, and picked up truffles. Went to bed. Rode to Robin to build upgrades, etc., etc. On it goes for the rest of my life. On this day, the 7th, however, I went to Marnie's. I'm gonna stop you now. This isn't for pigs yet. I know, I was getting excited for it too. There was just one more thing I needed to put into place. Hay. So I went to Marnie's and bought all of the hay. It's a really good thing there's no limit on her hay stock. This was how I decided to manage hay going forward. I bought 12 stacks of 999 hay. And yes, I did have to sit there with my fingers on the buttons to quick buy each and every single hay. At 12 stacks of 999, that's 11,988 hay. Each piece of hay, which by the way will feed 1 pig for 1 day, costs 50 gold. So 11,988 hay will cost 599,400 gold. Now, I didn't know if I'd go through all of that. It's reasonable to assume that I'll go through 240 per day when I'm all done with buying the pigs. Instead of calculating and buying the only hay I need, I bought the 12 stacks, and if there's some left over, I'll just do the subtraction to get the right number. And if I go over, well, I guess I'd be buying more stacks of hay. And also, this feels really expensive, but I was hoping the cost of hay would be nothing compared to the money I'd make on truffles. But I guess we'll see. And then there we go. I'd finally bought all 12 stacks, and it looks rather insane in my inventory. Bit of a train wreck, hard to look away. It's back to Robin for another upgrade. And then more sleeping. I decided to leave the income screen up this day to show how much I was currently making on pig truffles. So I have 5 fully upgraded barns with young adult pigs, meaning my friendship isn't all the way up with them, and I'm getting over 100,000 gold per day-ish, depending on luck, weather, etc. Not bad. On Tuesday the 16th, a very exciting day, I waited for Robin to open. This time I waited like a normal person. It's exciting because this is the day that I will build the last deluxe barn. Finally, she opened and I went in. And oh right, it's Tuesday. She isn't here. But if I wait and hit her till at the right time, I'd be able to build anyway. Here she comes. I accidentally talked to her instead. No! Oh, good. I managed to catch her on the till. I almost messed that up. And here we have it, the last deluxe barn upgrade. So exciting. There it is. I just needed to sleep for 2 days. This is it, everyone. On spring 18 of year 3, I made all 20 deluxe barn upgrades. Is it what I had gone for originally? No, not even close actually. If you remember, I said I wanted to build 25 deluxe barns by summer or fall of year 2. Well, we're at 20 barns in spring year 3. Still quite the achievement, really. And my original goal was a bit out of reach when I think about it now and what I've done to get here. After shutting all the gates, because you know why, something's coming, I pet all the pigs and picked up truffles. Pet all the pigs and pick up all the truffles is something you've heard a lot and will continue to hear a lot. And then the shopping spree of the century, which we've all been waiting for since the moment I said I was making a pig farm monstrosity. I went to Marnie's and bought all the piglets to finish filling the remaining 15 deluxe barns. Okay, let's talk about this for a hot minute. This was an insanely long process, and I would not recommend. I clicked on Marnie, clicked on the pig, selected the barn for the pig, let the name generator make them a name, and then got sent back to Marnie's screen. Over and over. This process took nearly 45 minutes of my actual time. Not game time, real time. Have you ever bought something like this in Stardew before, pressing the same buttons over and over like this? I'll give you an example. You know how you can buy pop from the Joja vending machine at the saloon? And you can buy 100 of them to fulfill the blue category of one of Key's quests. Gonna be a while. Gotta spam the button. That's a tedious process, right? Clicking over and over, and after about 50, you're like, okay, this kind of sucks. Oh my god, I'm so bored. Almost halfway. Well, for someone that hates Joja, I'm really buying a lot of their cola. Now times that by 1,000, and you've got purchasing over 200 pigs. Also, I couldn't be bothered with the names, but I did notice some things about the random name generator. So the game will by default name your animal, and you have the option of renaming, which I did not because holy crap, that's too many. I had always thought the naming generator selected out of a pool of names, but I'm thinking now it selects from a pool of syllables. What do I mean by that? Well, there are common letter combos that I saw over and over. For example, names that end in ER or US or MA, names that start with B or GR or BR or M, middle syllables that could be OT or O or A or ET, and many, many more, lots of different combos, and some a lot longer than that. Sometimes there would be 3 syllables, but it was always between 1 and 3. I have no idea if this is accurate, and honestly, I didn't look it up, so let me know in the comments if you know anything about the name generator. Another thing I noticed, the game won't let you use a name that's already used. And you'd think I would have run into a lot of duplicates with that many pigs, but actually no. It only happened once. The name was Mona. I already had a Mona, and so I had to rename to buy the pig. And finally, and I promise this is the last bit about buying the pigs because I'm sure you're like, shut up and show us the 240 pigs already. I just wanted to explain that each pig costs 16,000 gold. So for 20 barns with 12 pigs in each barn, that's a total of 240 pigs. The combined total I spent on those 240 pigs was 3,840,000 gold. And that is why I needed a ton of gold to do this. The 500,000 on hay and 500,000 on barn supplies was actually nothing compared to the almost 4 million for pigs. So nearly 45 minutes later, I was done and went back to the farm. Then I went to bed, and thanks for watching. I'm kidding. I'll show the pigs. I popped into each barn to pet the baby pigs and open their door on my way out. After doing that 15 times, here it is, the pig farm monstrosity. 20 deluxe barns, 240 pigs. Some are full grown and giving truffles. Picking them all up is already quite the chore. So times that by 240 and I've made quite the farm. Let this just sink in for a minute. And you'll have to come back next time to watch the pigs grow up and find out how many truffles I earn. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!